We are learning new details tonight about what happened in a deadly shooting that happened right outside the police department in El Cajon while officers were preparing for a retirement party. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. Let's get straight to CBS 8's Shannon Handy, who is live with the latest information. Shannon, you got the latest update less than 20 minutes ago. What did you learn?
Yeah, Marcella, and that update actually came from an acting lieutenant with the San Diego Police Department's homicide unit, and that is because San Diego Police is now taking over this investigation, which, as you can see, is very active. You can see the yellow tape and the lights behind me. Also, the suspect's vehicle, it's a bit dark right now, so that's tough to see, but the suspect's vehicle, which is riddled with bullet holes, is still on the scene. We were told there were two officers from El Cajon Police. They were standing on the sidewalk delegating plans for a retirement party that was happening here for a lieutenant who's been here for 30 years. And that's when a woman in her 20s who was parked just outside the police department backed out her truck and went straight for the officers.
Where the truck veered directly towards the officers. The officers tried to get out of the way, but the truck turned quickly and actually struck the sergeant, throwing him into the air. At that point, the lieutenant was calling for additional officers for help and was trying to get away from the truck as well as the sergeant was on the ground. The truck reversed again and drove towards the officers. Another officer had responded to that call for help and was in front of the truck trying to get to the sergeant when the truck accelerated forward again. At that point, officers were forced to use deadly force.
And you mentioned he said deadly force. We have confirmed the driver of that truck, a woman in her 20s, has died. She died at the hospital after being transported there. As for the officers who opened fire, we're told two officers opened fire. The sergeant who was hit, as well as one of the responding officers. Now, the sergeant who was hit, he was brought to the hospital with what was believed to be a broken arm, but the doctors at the hospital determined that he did not have any broken bones, and he has since been released. So back here at the scene, again, this will remain a crime scene for quite some time as investigators piece more about what happened. But what we know is that woman was in the parking lot. She backed out of her spot. She went towards the officers. It looked like it was an intentional act, and she did hit one of those officers who was not majorly injured, but she has died after police opened fire on her. So we will remain out here on the scene and gather as many details as we can, and we will bring you the latest again at 6 o'clock. Marcella?